Kids, this year your dad turns 25. It's commonly the age most people say your brain fully develops. I won't lie, it's a weird feeling. There's this supposed deadline on my brain's ability to change, and it scares me. There are the bad habits I haven't broken, fears I haven't faced, and a million anxieties about the future. But in the back of my head, I still understood one thing. This is the starting line. It's finally spring, is what I wish I could say. The truth is, the weather in Canada has been pretty bipolar lately. One day it's nice and sunny like this, the next day it's literally snowing a few centimeters. So I do hope that the weather does get a little bit more consistent so that I can finally go out and travel a little bit more like I've been meaning to, which is super important because at the end of the year, I've got something pretty interesting planned out. But it does mean that I won't be home for a lot, which means now is probably the best time to do something I've been planning all winter. I've been going down a rabbit hole of physical media lately. Film cameras, vinyl records, paper books. Hell, I even tried to revive my old iPod Classic. It's because there's that tactile feeling that just grounds you and ties you to an era. But in the middle of all of that, I was reminded of the greatest form physical media could take. A way I could store that nostalgic feeling and give a snapshot of what my life is right now. I've always wanted to do that. And so I decided, I'm gonna build a time capsule. Now, I've never buried a time capsule before, disclaimer, but it does seem like it would be a fun thing to do. So there are 6 things I need to do in order to bury my own time capsule. Looking at this list now, it seems relatively straightforward. So yeah, what's the worst that can happen? As we get older, we develop more into the person we were meant to be. We think that change is something that starts one way and ends the other, but in reality, it's a spectrum. For years, I looked at 25 like the age I'll be when I'm finally done baking. That until that point, I'm not me just yet, and only then will I be ready to start living properly. Of course, it's nice to have that limit when you're young. You can explore as many avenues as your heart desires, while not having to feel weighed down and commit to any one characteristic. But what about those of us who have already hit that supposed limit? There's a quote I often think about in times like these. No man ever steps into the same river twice, for it is not the same river, and he is not the same man. The river is life, more specifically, the experiences, people, and perspectives we're exposed to. It's something that's never stagnant, and always changing. And if a river can change endlessly, why not me? It's funny, there are so many moments in my life that I remember a certain way. People that were there, things that were said, moments that were shared. I later learned that our memories aren't a fixed point in time. Every time we recall something, our mind's reconstructed from scratch. Like a game of broken telephone, eventually the memory becomes a completely different experience from reality. As a kid, I learned about the Nickelodeon time capsule that was buried, filled with all the toys, games, and references of my youth. I looked at it as a physical store of memories. There's just one thing I missed. It wasn't done alone. Kids, memories are never our own. Along the way, we pick people up and they become a part of our story. And in doing so, we become a part of theirs. Every version of you is shaped by the interactions you have with someone else. It's not the experiences or the things that you do that determine who you'll be, but the people you surround yourself with and include in your adventures.
What's the use living a lie if this world it runs on time? Oh, if I should find that I don't need to fight. You say I'm strong but I'm weak. Don't need anything but I need you right now.
We think that the people who place things in time capsules have the foresight to know what the future will want to see. But the reality is, they chose the things and the people that they want to be reminded of when it was open. Because if anything should be buried in a fixed point in time, it should be the thing that represents you. All versions of you.